The first event to be contested is the raft slalom. Counting for 30% of the total points, it would be held on the first rapid, the most technically difficult grade 5 on the course. 7 up and downstream gates had to be negotiated on this tough grade 5 rapid. Touching the gates resulted in a 5-second penalty, whilst missing or displacing the gate intentionally would result in a 50-second penalty. To add to the pressure, a 50-second penalty was imposed for a flipped raft or incomplete team. Winter is the dry season in the Northern Cape with typically low water levels. The Department of Water Affairs granted a dam release from 600 kilometres upstream at a flow of 250 cubic metres of water a second. With perfect timing for the raft slalom, the higher water levels created a huge bone-crushing rapid named the Rocky Horror.
The start of the raft slalom saw the US women's team, winners last year at Costa Rica, heading down into Gate 1. The first third of the rapid is relatively easy, allowing teams to pick up a fair amount of speed. But it doesn't stay that way. Rapid 1 becomes increasingly more difficult, with the last third dominated by huge standing waves, diagonals and holes. The women's team get through to the upstream and final Gate 7 and paddle through to finish in first place with a best time of 4 minutes and 4 seconds. First-time entrants in the Camel Whitewater Challenge, the New Zealand women head down the course. We pick up their run at Gate 6 as they hit a big hole. They manage to hold on and push through to Gate 7 to take second place in the slalom. In the men's event, Canada would take fourth place. Each of the teams in the men's and women's slalom was allowed 2 runs, with the best of the 2 runs taken as the result. Canada punched through a huge standing wave just ahead of Gate 6, which they miss entirely, costing them a 50-second penalty. Canada lose crew in the hole just before the upstream paddle at Gate 7. Fortunately for them, their second run was quicker and clean, the only run of the day with no time penalties. The US men's team posted technically good runs in both of their attempts. Their second run was faster, putting them in the placings. They passed through the first couple of gates easily, but by Gate 6 they've lost their composure and picked up a 5-second penalty. As it is, their run was good enough for a third place in the slalom.
The host nation, South Africa, had a brilliant first run, the second fastest so far. Now on their second run, they'd be pulling out all the stops to secure first place. Not having had much time to practice together prior to the challenge, they've gelled well as a team and look good going through the first gate. Disaster strikes at Gate 5 as the team lose a man and, as a result, lose time getting him back on. That brief error loses them a good line on Gate 6 and they incur a 5-second penalty there. Paddling for all they're worth whilst avoiding touching Gate 7, their second run is slower than the first, but the first run is good enough to give the South Africans second place in the raft slalom. The powerhouse of raft slalom, the Czech Republic, went all out to defend their 1998 victory in the slalom. They're a strong team comprising of Olympic and World Cup C2 slalom paddlers, making them the favourites to take an early lead in the challenge. Having secured the fastest run in Heat 1, they set out to better their time. Pushing hard right to make Gate 6, they use all their experience to get through cleanly, but fall prey to the big hole at the bottom of the gate. Fortunately, their fast run is good enough to win the raft slalom. The overall standings in the 1999 Camel Whitewater Challenge sees the Czech Republic taking maximum points to take the early lead and a good finish for South Africa. The United States take the lead in the Women's Challenge.